Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
TickPick, the only major no-fee ticket site with the same seats at better prices.
I love being a part.
Underway in the second game of the NBHL Men's Elite Tier. The Apollo HC in black and white. The Mariners in that turquoise on black. Mariners coached by Dan Coldwell today. The Apollo led by Jeremy Bass. Apollo get a quick shot off target from Connor Callahan fading away. Callahan, their second round pick in the NBHL Men's Elite Draft. And shot stopped by Ryan Clifford, the starting netminder, courtesy of the East Coast Shamrocks of the Massachusetts Tier 1. On the other side, Andrew Carter was the first goalie picked. He was the number 4 overall pick in the draft. Carter of the Cleghorn Crooks of Mass Tier 1 as well. So a couple goalies that are used to going up against each other. Two-time national teamer is Andrew Carter. Walking the tightrope is Jared Spear. And he was unable to find a teammate that time, intercepted and popped along the side. Taras Chernetsky was the one who got in there. And there's a stick loose, but then picked up. As the Apollo get it through. Bukanowicz leaves for Nick Phillips. Phillips of the Penn Hills Imperium. Two-time Tier 1 champs are the Imperium in 21 and 22. And down for flooring. Mariners had the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and they went with Nick Carter. Physical defenseman out of the Oak Ridge Owls of Mass Tier 1. 5 times, don't want to steal one from him, national team player. Had some big goals last year in Switzerland. Bendorf tracks it down. Bendorf had a goal on ESPN in the ESPN 8 the Ocho game for the NBHL. Fed ahead, and Urban trying to steer it back to his teammate, Scott Wargen. And the Mariners are unable to clean up that opportunity, and now a whistle comes in. So Wargen and Urban both play for the Chicago Southsiders. Both were on the 2024 national team, and they grew up playing together. And actually, I learned this from watching the NBHL Men's Elite Draft Show. I would encourage you to go back and watch it if you haven't. Actually, we're in the same hospital growing up. They were born in the same hospital. Stretch save that time, but the job's not done as Andrew Carter was put to the test. Carter, goaltender for the Cleghorn Crooks. Man, he is part of a dominant team in Mass Tier 1. Some of the top draft picks in this league play for that team. So the Mariners looking to strike first, have it in the O-zone here. As Huffnagel is part of that group. It was stripped away from Fornaris. Opportunity for Fornaris. And he speeds one out, a little give and go. They spread. Here's Nick Carter, number 1 overall pick. We'll pass that back, and around the horn it goes. And called for a stoppage, and line change will come. So one of the interesting things about how the draft shaped up was the Mariners being able to land Johnny Ruiz outside the top 2 rounds. And part of the reason why is he's a conflict during the weekend where the playoffs will be in Murraysville in November. So, in a sense, it makes sense. All right, you want to make sure you draft guys that you'll have for the playoffs. However, 3-time captain of the USA Senior Men's Ball Hockey team. So you think, all right, would he not go earlier? Especially because you can protect guys. So, in theory, you draft Ruiz, you can protect him to have him back on your team next year. That was one of the interesting things that came out of the draft. But Ruiz, Huffnagel, and the Mariners, Nick Carter, the number 1 overall pick, all together as GM Mike DeFazio has got to be excited about how this team is constructed and what they might be able to do. Fredrickson angles this pass cleanly. Veneziale had to slow it down. Shuttles one in. It was off the keeper, Andrew Carter. Apollo HC with the ball here. Phillips. Sliding collect by Altomare. Altomare of the Evesham Tortugas. Former goalkeeper in college at NJIT. He's got terrific hands. He got to display them on ESPN in that broadcast for the Tortugas. Mariners through neutral floor. A little slippage that time. There's Gower able to get his bearings. Back check from the Apollo is strong. JT Volpe. Got that pass ahead. And down it goes. Nick Phillips. He's got Altomare. Altomare knotted up with Nick DeVito. 2 teammates on Evesham. Nick's twin brother Dom, not his teammate in the elite tier. Dom played in the first game where the Greyhounds notched a 3-2 win over the Comets. Dom got a win with the Greyhounds. We'll see if his brother Nick can do the same here. Meanwhile, here's a rush the other way as Kwasny was trying to twist his knee in. Apollo HC, spread it. Pass taken. Shot all the way back down. Hey. 3 and change to go in the first. And a whistle. Got flooring, so it'll come all the way back down. So we've played 3 games today already in Edison. The 2 women's tier initial games, Angels beat the Orcas 1-0. Nova's winning in a shootout over the Hyenas as that shot blasted by Luckenbach. Held down, they'll try again. But on On the back check, Apollo HC stopped for now. Mariners still persisting. Chance in front for Apollo, and was that tapped in? No. Covered up. Ryan Clifford hangs on. Caden Wysong from Callahan here. Callahan passed. Wysong thought he was able to wedge that one through, but Clifford tightens the pads and comes up with the stop. Apollo really liking that shift they got from that forecheck. That Nova's Hyenas women's game, nobody scored a goal, go to a shootout, and you had some really impressive displays of talent. As that shot won't go for Apollo HC. Nikki Lewin had 2 shootout goals to pave the way for the Novas. Then last game, first men's game, Greyhounds 3-2 over the Comets. In a game that went down to the final seconds, had the net emptied for the Comets, had some chances, but could not equalize. Mariners have it here, looking to break the ice. Shot from Wargen pushed aside, and Apollo HC with less than 2 minutes remaining in this first. Pass centered. Gajor at a momentary 3-on-2. Apollo there to break it up. Phillips has to kick it out. RJ Gibbs. Gibbs forced off the spot by Gajor. About a minute to go in the first. One back, Altomare. Hufnagel pushes that pass cleanly on a line with Johnny Ruiz. 2 guys with professional ice hockey experience. Hufnagel retired a couple of years ago. A lot of time in the SPHL. And a cup of coffee in the ECHL as well for Aaron Hufnagel. As a break up there for the Mariners. Johnny Ruiz still playing for the Danbury Hat Tricks professionally, but of course is known as Captain America on the ball hockey side. Those 2 on a line together could be lethal for the Mariners this NBHL Men's Elite grouping. 15.8 in the first. Apollo will have an offensive zone face-off here. Ryan Clifford and Andrew Carter are the 2 keepers. Clifford in net for the Mariners. Kwasny tries to chase it after losing the faceoff. Apollo trying to keep it in for these final few seconds. Single digits inside of 5 seconds. And it'll stay 0-0 through the first period in Edison. Mariners and Apollo getting after it. We'll come back for the second on the NBHL YouTube channel.
I love being a part of it because I am a player, I'm a coach, I'm a referee.
Ball hockey is so much more accessible to the average person if you've never played hockey before.
People look at it and like, oh, you just play it. It's for hockey player. Play with feet. It doesn't take skill to play. It takes skill to play.
We get excited, people get happy, there's fight, there's everything in it.
It's different.
It's fun.
Fast-paced.
Electric.
I mean, anyone can play.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and...
Sam Cooperman back with you here in Edison, New Jersey. Start of the second period of this NBHL Men's Elite Tier matchup. Apollo HC and Mariners are opening up their respective 8-game slates. 5 of those games taking place this weekend here in New Jersey. 3 more plus the playoffs in a few months in the Pittsburgh area. It was kept atop the goal that time by Ryan Clifford for the Mariners. Hat tip to our entire team working hard here at the rink. Simon Rosenwasser and the team at Play-by-Play Productions doing a great job with all the angles like these here. As Callahan got that one up in midair and stopped atop the goal. Ryan Clifford with the reaction time, doing enough to keep it out. Callahan's second-round pick for Apollo HC. Plays for the Lakeland Caribou in New Jersey, the 2024 NJ Tier 1 MVP. Mariners on the run. It was Eddie Urban to get them jump-started. He's their second-round pick. It's Urban here with it, matched up with Jared Spear, the South Jersey Top Guns. Trickles the other way, breakout chance. Wysong going for goal, and Clifford gets the better of him. Caden Wysong. Haven't got an answer on why yet, but they call him Buddha. Doesn't move like Buddha. Look how quick he is getting to the goal. Caden Wysong has had a couple breakaway chances. Plays for the Penn Hills Imperium in Pittsburgh Tier 1. Rositano taking the ozone draw here. Got it, set up a one-timer there. Really good work. Sent all the way back down. Mariners run it. Johnny Ruiz, his shot stopped. Carter trying to get on top and smother it, but he cannot. Callahan locates it and dishes it atop the boards. This will be a flooring call. Let's see if the defender is going to get there first. They get no flooring there. Excellent hustle leads to this chance, and they score. Apollo HC with the first goal of this one. Let's get another look at this. Almost positive I don't have a number 15 on my roster, so that's the hold up here. Apologies on that as Apollo get through. And that's a 1-0 lead for Apollo HC. So I think it's Donald Kleckner, if I'm reading that correctly. Kleckner listed as 7, wearing 15. And now they get another one. In short order, Jack Rhodes, or rather Altomare, going right back to work. Matthew Altomare scores the second goal, coming just seconds apart. Kleckner scores the first. Altomare fights his way through, and he's there to knock it in off the initial chance from Nick Phillips. So now Apollo HC build up a lead all of a sudden. Another chance for Apollo. An easy alley had his pocket picked. Altomer, centering pass, shot. It was RJ Gibbs on that shot. Corey Fredrickson was working hard to nab the ball, and he ultimately does. Swatted. Connor Callahan picks it out of midair. Callahan scoots in. Callahan keeps it. Excellent handles, but was unable to get a shot off. Brett Holman fired it back in to keep it in the offensive zone. Here is Holman. Speeds on by. Holman shot, no. An avalanche of opportunities for Apollo HC. They have scored 2 goals back-to-back here in the second. First, it was Donald Kleckner, the Georgia Tier 3 2024 MVP. And then right after him, Matthew Altomer, the former college goaltender, turned forward, using his great hands to score a second goal for Apollo HC. Mariners looking to find their footing here again. Tedesco scoops it up, connects with Callahan. What will he do with it? Cross-rink pass, Wysong. Sends one in, and shot high by Tedesco. Rebound chance poked in. Kwasny, a third second period goal for Apollo HC. Apollo HC doing its thing, working hard on the forecheck. And it's Brandon Kwasny of Long Island Fury, New Jersey Tier 1. It's got his team up 3-0. Now the Mariners have a hole to dig out of here. Huffnagel helping them get started, but Carter squeezes. And they'll set up a defensive zone draw for Apollo HC and get fresh legs out there. New line coming in. Chaves, Volpe, Andes. Malillo among the group that is now out there. As is Donald Kleckner, scored the first goal for Apollo HC. Shot from outside, blocked on the way in. It was Luckenbach that loaded up for the shot. And now it's Chaves sliding into the boards. Collided with Fornaris and whistle. And it's going to be Fornaris going to the bench and going to the box on the penalty. So Apollo HC had scored 3 goals here in the first 4 minutes of the second. Now goes on the power play. So first time we've seen special teams in this game. Wysong is in on the faceoff for Apollo HC. Goes up against Eddie Urban. Spread the floor. Andy's up top. Fake the one-timer to Phillips. Andy's back to Phillips. This time he'll shoot. Scramble for it along the boards. Urban got inside position and dug out of there, staying with Apollo HC. Around it goes. Callahan takes the shot. And on the rebound, Urban fires it out of there. On the kill, Johnny Ruiz comes out for the Mariners, needing a spark right now. Just having a second period they would like to forget after it was scoreless through the first. Now Apollo HC has taken command of this game. Shot, Callahan, stopped. Wargent with the neutral zone pickup. Glide back to his own zone. Bank to DeVito. And DeVito's pass intercepted. Shot from distance won't go from Melillo. Now Apollo HC will make a change. They get Bekonowicz out there. Power play winding down. Here's Bekonowicz, centering pass. Andes, one more, back to him. Andes looking, takes the shot. And that was wide left. Callahan. Holman joins the crew. Holman shoots. Fornaris rather, comes out. That's the end of the power play. Back to even strength, 5-on-5 here. Ruiz. Fornaris looking for a cutter. Ruiz was trying to peel off, lost his footing, and nearly shot it home. Andrew Carter, the top goalie picked in the NBHL Men's Elite, with a save on Johnny Ruiz, one of the top offensive options in the sport. Less than 4 to go in the second. Apollo HC with a 3-0 second period. Meters still running. Holman dumps one in. Mariners outnumbered along the boards. Apollo HC trying to extend the lead, but the Mariners, Beniziali nearly ripped it away, but it comes back to Kleckner, who scored the first goal. He sets it up, and Altomare misfires. Two-on-two the other way. Set up a good look here. Carter slides over. Chernetsky was looking to send one across, but off his line was Andrew Carter to shut it down. Here's a look. This is Ruiz, that last one, pad save. He needed every bit of that from Andrew Carter because Johnny Ruiz was set up with a golden opportunity there to get the Mariners their first goal of the game. Mariners in the O-zone lose out on the faceoff. Blocked ahead and sent down for Flory. So the schedules for each of these teams: Apollo HC at 3 p.m. will get back out there, and they'll take on the Comets, who are coming off a 3-2 loss to the Greyhounds, and it was a really, really tight finish. Mariners will take on the Greyhounds at 4. Nick Carter, 12 in blue, the #1 overall pick. Haven't heard a lot from him, as Apollo HC have it here momentarily. And whistled. Got him offside. Neutral zone face-off. About 2.5 minutes until the end of the second. Mariners went into this period knotted up 0-0, and unless they can score some here, they're going to go into the second down at least 3 goals. Didn't see the arm of the referee up. We'll say it's clean. No tripping there. Just a loss of positioning and footing. Apollo HC, a little out of control that time from Wysong. Pushed in, and out to grab it is Clifford. He won't freeze it. Instead, here come the Mariners. Urban spun out that time. Dished in, tapped ahead. Callahan on the move is boxed out by the #1 overall pick, Nick Carter. Apollo HC up 3 goals here, all scored during this period. Trying to add to it as Aaron Huffnagel whisks his way in there. Got a flooring call on Hufnagel and the Mariners. So again, we're going to be here all day into early evening in Edison, New Jersey. Apollo HC, Mariners, 2 of the 8 teams, 4 on the men's side, 4 on the women's side, competing in this NBHL Elite Tier weekend at the Inman Sports Complex. Apollo HC trying to find a way to add on to what's been a lopsided second. Phillips trying to dance through, broken up. Hufnagel. Backhand pass. He's got Johnny Ruiz. One more shot. Will that cross? Does not look like it. Fornaris nearly slid one through, but it'll stay 3-0. You can see the offensive potential with this team on this sequence. Hufnagel for Johnny Ruiz, and nearly sniped by Carlos Fornaris of the Florida Red Roosters. That's a line for Coach Dan Caldwell that has 3 guys with professional ice hockey experience. That is a potentially lethal line. You look at Hufnagel, Ruiz, and Fornaris, who this year played for the Peoria Rivermen of the SPHL. And the Mariners are on the board. The line gets the job done, and Johnny Ruiz at the center of the action. Captain America sees his team cut it to 2. He won the draw. And you just get balls on goal. You never know what's going to happen, and Ruiz was there to direct it home. So Ruiz, the first tally for the Mariners. For those that got to watch as Carter dived on top of it, but the ball never actually was covered. Whistle was blown, but Carter tried to freeze it, but the ball was never cleanly caressed there. But for those that watched the ESPN 8 The Ocho coverage, it was Johnny Ruiz's show there in that third period. His teammate now for this elite tier, Aaron Hufnagel, had a big day as well that day when the 2 squared off, as Hufnagel bumps his way through. Anchored it over to the side. But it was Ruiz with a 5-point outing and a 6-4 win for the South Jersey Top Guns over the Evesham Tortugas. Final 15 seconds of this second. Mariners got one back. Apollo HC broke the dam with 3 goals to take a 3-0 lead. Mariners still have a pretty big hill to climb, but they get something back towards the tail end with the Ruiz goal. 3-1 Apollo after 2 in the first game of this NBHL men's elite tier for both of these teams. Third coming up.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and pride that we present to the world all of the above into one sport. hockey ball, the game born in the north that can be played from the mountains to the ocean and from America to Europe, all the way to the land of the rising sun. Napper. Anyone, anywhere.
I love being a part of it because I am a player, I'm a coach, I'm a referee.
Ball hockey is so much more accessible to the average person if you've never played hockey before.
People look at it and like, oh, you just play, it's floor hockey, play with the feet. It doesn't take skill to play. It takes skill to play.
We get excited, people get happy, there's fight, there's everything in it.
It's different.
It's fun.
Fast-paced.
Electric.
I mean, anyone can play.
Third period of Apollo HC and the Mariners. NBHL Men's Elite Tier. Sam Cooperman with you from the Inman Sports Complex in Edison, New Jersey. Apollo HC with 3 goals in the second in a row. 2 of them came within a minute span. Kleckner, Altomer, and Kwasny all getting tallies. Mariners with a Johnny Ruiz late second period goal on a shot that was redirected in by Ruiz. Cut it to 2. So after that flooring call, it'll be an offensive zone draw for Apollo HC. We look to start this day that's going to be a marathon day for each of these teams. 3 games for them all to play, including this one. But a great chance for Apollo HC to start at 1-0. But as Apollo HC showed last period, things could change in this sport at a moment's notice. Hockey and sneakers, fast moving, we all know the drill. Physical along the boards to start the period. Here's a 2-on-1 rush. Try to get the pass off, they do. Big save, Carter. He stops Fredrickson. Corey Fredrickson was looking for that chance. But the top goalie drafted in this league, Andrew Carter, the number 4 overall pick, with the denial for Apollo HC. During the draft show, I think that was probably the most surprising pick in terms of the guys that were watching and providing analysis. Not because of anything with Carter, he's terrific. It's more that they didn't necessarily know if they would see a goaltender go at first round, but Carter did. And he has been huge today for Apollo HC. Andrew Carter of the Cleghorn Crooks of the Mass Tier 1. Down to 8.5 minutes remaining in the 4th game of the day, first for each of these teams. Altomer couldn't send one cleanly on goal. Back with Ruiz. Ruiz up ahead. Wargin directs it across. He's got Ruiz on the turn. Dipping in on Phillips. And Carter covers and holds. Line change for the Mariners. Pretty good shift there for Mariners. Head coach is Eddie Costa, but not in attendance today, so assistant coach Dan Coldwell, a terrific player and coach in this sport. Also a top-tier analyst in this sport. He was the analyst on our ESPN show last month. Presiding over things today, wanting to see his team make a comeback. As shot from Huffnagel was bounced aside and finds its way to Apollo HC. Nick Carter, the number 1 overall pick, claims it in neutral territory. Gajor had it knocked off his stick. Kleckner couldn't do much with it. Now there's a chase. Rizzatano gets there to get a flooring call. And line changes. 7.5 minutes still to come in this third. One of the guys in the Apollo HC bench saying 3 games today, keep them short, so that's the key, even though they have got the 2-goal lead in hand. any bonus hockey you got to play, that's really going to put some miles on you when you think about 2 more games still to come before the day is done. Mariners play again at 4 and 8 p.m. So the 8 p.m. game will be the nightcap, with the Mariners taking on the Comets to close things down. So that means we're going to have hockey till roughly 9 p.m. Eastern time today. So again, if you're just joining us, you can obviously go back and watch, but you can stick around because there's going to be a lot more ball hockey still to come. Hufnagel waits it out. And the Mariners needing 2 goals here to even the score. Nick DeVito pushes back for Hufnagel and launches on the lob play. Veneziale got down there. Chernetsky. Tap it back. Didn't find DeVito. Instead, Apollo HC's got it. Save from Clifford. Connor Callahan was on the move, looking to streak to the goal. Apollo HC putting on their new line. Altomayor Gibbs, part of the construction for Coach Jeremy Bass. Jim Doherty, the GM of this Apollo HC team, got the 4th and 5th overall picks in the 4-team snake draft. Went goalkeeper with his first selection, and then Connor Callahan, a D-man that can push up and showcase his elite speed, as his second pick, the first pick of the second round. They've got a 3-1 lead in hand here against this high-powered Mariners offensive attack that they've been able to keep in check. Time ticking down. Apollo HC looking to add to this lead. Konowicz started up. Phillips here. Chased by Wargin. Wargin trying to find a way to steal it away for his team. Apollo HC still maintain in the D zone, but they're having some trouble. Luckenbach pushes it ahead. And Wargin with the inside track has it. Knocked off his stick and shot from Luckenbach. Handled by Carter. Time down inside of 5 minutes here in Edison, New Jersey. The Novas and Orcas will square off next as our coverage continues here today. The Orcas, the defending champs from the inaugural women's season. And the Novas just got a shootout win over the Hyenas. So those teams back to work for their second games of what'll be 3-game days for them. Goals in this game: Kleckner, Altomayor, and Kwasny for Apollo, and Johnny Ruiz, who has it here for the Mariners. Hufnagel looking to spin to the goal, shoots, no. Fake the shot. Defended by Volpe. Works in tandem with Ruiz. The 2 veterans. Hufnagel is there to snare it initially, but banked ahead to Kleckner. Kleckner fought off the spot by Luckenbach. And on the back check, the Mariners have it. Hufnagel. Hufnagel looking for an opening. Nice pass. No room to shoot, though. Chernetsky made the goaltender Carter have to do something, but didn't have much of an avenue to score. Nick Carter, the league's #1 overall pick. Dish ahead, gets through. Nicely done. Centering pass. Here's a shot. Carter cradles and saves. Adrian Gajor got a pretty strong look. His sister Olivia is going to be on the floor next for the Orcas. Let's take a look at this shot. Sent that right to the logo of the keeper, Andrew Carter. Taras Chernesky taking the offensive zone draw for the Mariners. Won it, set up a one-timer. Carter tried to make the catch. Had some trouble with it, but does come down with it after all. He relocates it with just under 3.5 to play here in Edison. No goals this period. Nobody scored in the first. It was 4 goals, all coming in the second. Apollo scored its 3 back-to-back-to-back. So Mariners have been chasing for quite some time. Officials momentarily stop things. We'll get another draw here. Buda Wysong defensively. Chernetsky offensively. He sets it up. Shot missed. Couple shots. We're off the mark. But kept in there. Veneziali has it here. Looks back. Gajor floats it in. Chernetsky slide across. And shot won't go from Veneziali. Bounces all the way back to center rink. Well done by Nick Carter to keep that from going across the red line. For that floating blue line rule to come into effect here. And a whistle. We'll set up another face-off. Clock at 2:44. Hard-nosed shift from each of those sides as guys slowly creep to the bench. This Mariners line anchored by Eddie Urban, the league's number 8 overall pick. Urban nearly had it fed back to him, but not quite. Gajor keeps it. Gajor spins. Steps center, shoots. Fornaris hustles on the forecheck. Time ticking here. Mariners need 2 goals, and they're running out of opportunity to do so. Gajor steps around back, watched by Phillips. Go back to the point for the shot, and deflects out of play. Scott Wargen let it fly. 2:07 to play. Remember, Wargen and Urban, teammates on Chicago's Southsiders, guys that have quite literally been together since birth, both born at the same hospital, grew up playing together. Both national team experience. Eddie Urban, 2-time Chicago MVP in 2021 and 2024. And a timeout was called, so Dan Coldwell's team will gather the guys around, try and come up with something here. And he's standing up on the bench right now, giving out instructions to the Mariners. Again, Mariners after this, they've got the Greyhounds at 4. Now you'll see the Mariners bench. As Apollo HC back in action at 3 against the Comets. And one of the things from the NBHL YouTube page, obviously you're here, so you've seen some of this page, but if you look at the NBHL men's and women's tier drafts, one of the things that our commissioner, Anthony San Rocco, emphasized that, you know, if you're new to this, pick a team, pick a player, pick multiple players, and, you know, find who to gravitate towards. Each of these teams constructed in unique ways, and a lot of cool stories throughout this league. So if you're looking to follow, those are the kind of things you want to latch onto. The first day of the men's elite tier. They have emptied the goal. So 6-on-5 here for the Mariners. DeVito swats it ahead. They've got a runner. Great chance for Ruiz. He misfires. Fornaris. Andrew Carter looked like he got a piece of it. Johnny Ruiz thought he beat Andrew Carter. but not quite. Mariners still working with the empty net. Apollo HC trying to clear and then get an empty net shot. Carter banks it back in. Ruiz there to gather. Johnny Ruiz speeds up, running short on time. An easy alley. Back around. Mariners have a minute and change to go. For Norris. Huffnagel's shot off the pads of Carter. Altomer squeezes through. Officials might blow it dead shortly, but the ball finds its way out of there. Back with the Mariners. Time limited, need a goal here. They don't get it, empty net. And just sent all the way back in. Apollo with the 2-goal lead, less concerned about the goal, more concerned about burning the clock down. And they'll take the seconds that tick off the clock over a potential flooring call. Inside of 30 seconds, and this clock's going to continue to wind. Carter keeps that from going across his line, and the officials will blow it dead as the ball was knocked out of play. 22 seconds to go. Again, we'll have a 1 o'clock game coming up, and then 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We're going to have action going into the 8 o'clock hour here in New Jersey. Johnny Ruiz taking the face off against Rizzitano. Ruiz gets it and scores. So time is down to 19 seconds. And the Mariners find a way to get their second goal here. Job's not finished for Apollo HC. Let's see what happens here. Dan Caldwell takes the goalie off. Ruiz just snipes it. Guy's elite. Second goal of this one. Mariners have it. Net's still empty. Apollo HC was trying to get the game sealer from Malillo. Kept in. Mariners have it. There's less than 8 seconds to go. They're down 3-2. Will they get a final shot off here? They got to move. Wargen up ahead, off the pad of Carter, and time will run down. Apollo HC wins it 3-2. A 3-goal spurt early in the second, enough to slam the door shut in game 1 of the Apollo HC schedule. Goals from Kleckner, Altomer, and Kwanzi. And Andrew Carter limiting the Mariners to 2 goals and getting the win in net. 2 Johnny Ruiz goals get the Mariners close, but no cigar. Each team will be back in action this afternoon and evening. We'll turn our attention to the next women's game coming up after this.